bans. Smart Omega. Looks like Angela is still a bannable hero.
I would assume, at least for the first week of the patch, we won't see too much changes in draft.
Okay.
Not that there's much time to cook out something new. But Valentina banned out, Chip Harris, still the same things, same heroes.
Very interesting, right?
Yeah, it is.
I mean, like again, like you said, this is one of those situations. Do you want to change things up too much? Because people haven't discovered what's the next OP thing, right?
It's just, I feel like Loyi probably will get let through because
1 minute is quite a long time.
yeah, a lot more significant than what Novaria has to go through, which is just a 3-second reduction.
Yeah, I feel like if you want to ban anything, honestly, the Novaria is a pretty good ban because we heard that Novaria with Wishing Lantern is too much.
Yeah, imagine losing 4% of your max HP and every single Star Shatter triggers Wishing Lantern. I think the biggest mechanic about that item is the fact that damage calculation is before reduction. So it's based on the overall damage that you have. So Moscow, Loyi still get bans out.
Yeah, so maybe both teams have made a gentleman's agreements like, okay, you know what, this patch is too huge. It's going to be difficult for any of us to really figure new things out. So might as well just do something that we've been practicing for a while.
Or maybe they didn't read the patch notes. No, I'm just kidding.
Or maybe, even with the nerf, Moskov is still a threat. Maybe just Moskov Sky Piercer or something, who knows?
Even Moscow Malefic Gun isn't that bad, right?
Oh, yeah,
He could
true.
use the attack, well, he could use the range.
But that's the thing, though. I understand Malefic Gun is a good item, but hear me out. You want those 3 Trinity items, right?
Yeah, that is true.
Right?
That is
And then 1 boot, so that's 4 slots. And then your 5th slot is most likely a Malefic Roar. And then 5th item might be a Winter Crown, might be a Wind of Nature, might be an Immortality. So it's more like, where do you put the Malefic Gun?
If Malefic Gun gives attack speed,
I don't think it's a lot, but
it's 25%. Well, I was thinking if we would see like the crit Moskov again, because it has been quite a long time. But well, it seems like Smart Omega still going back for the usual, Fredrin, Faramis, also Rebellion. They opt for the Edith Roger opening.
okay, so here's the thing. Omega really looks like they are using the old patch here because, yeah, Fredrin has been nerfed. I don't know whether the nerf really impacts him that much because I haven't been using a lot of Fredrin, so I can't tell the difference. I feel like Faramis could be pretty good with all the new items and such. So I don't know. I kind of feel like Smart Omega, pretty standard opening to the draft. Now it's all about Rebellion, especially because now that they've seen potentially the jungler, they could change for a different style of jungler. And Minotaur has been picked up where it shows that this Edith could go to the EXP. I say could go because who knows, maybe it could be mid.
It could be. I mean, we have seen Edith mid. I just don't remember which team. I feel like I've seen an example of that. But what an honest draft, right? Just taking the Minotaur that early on. I suppose they wanted to see the 3rd pick of Smart Omega. But if that's the case, in terms of the bans, they would be looking at XP lane. You probably want to start shutting down.
Or your roamer, right? Because Minotaur, I kind of feel like he's pretty good because it's hard for you to tank the damage nowadays with an Execute in the Sky Piercer and Wishing Lantern doing a lot of damage to tanks. I don't know, I feel like Minotaur just raised itself in value because sure, you can take a few damage, but you have a big AoE initiator as well as heal, and I kind of feel like that really impacts the team a lot.
I suppose if somehow we really see that Winter Crown on the Minotaur, you're guaranteed to have that all go off.
I would love it. Like, I personally love it. Yuzong has been banned out. This kind of shows that, you know what this tells me? There's a chance that this Roger might go to the jungle.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing as well. But I mean, Smart Omega are still banning out the mid laners at this point of time. So if, at least for Rebellion, they have options for this Roger. So Vexana banned out probably the last one. Who would it be? I would love it if they take out the Novaria right now for Smart Omega.
I wonder if they want to ban out something like Benedetta, Lapu, something that can dive the backline, because the Yuzong kind of indicates that you don't want a backline diver for Omega.
I think you ban Lapu here. If it's if you want to prevent backline dive, Lapu probably makes the most sense.
I don't know. I'm still thinking of Benedetta here.
Export?
Oh yeah, Exborg.
Nah,
Yeah.
So it's export ban.
Smart. I feel like Novaria should be banned here by Smart Omega because even though the Kagura has been buffed. Kagura, one of my personal favorite mages, but I don't know. I kind of feel like in comparison to other mid laners, she still clears it. She clears it faster now for sure, but still not as fast as other mid laners.
I agree. I think you ban that.
Or ban out Odette.
That could be an option as well, since Odette does make life hard for the Faramis, for the comp that Smart Omega wants to run. But I feel like overall, Novara still provides a lot more value. Right? Despite the duration getting nerfed a bit, overall, her damage output increases, but they go for the Barat's ban.
Interesting here. So they're still respecting the Roger could go to the gold lane.
Huh. I am pleasantly surprised. I would think that the Barats wouldn't be too big of an issue considering the state of Barats right now.
So now it's really on Rebellion. They've shown their roamer as well as potential EXP laner. If they really want to flex this Roger, they should pick up their mid laner right now and then hold it all the way to the end. And either this Roger goes to the jungle or gold lane.
I think you could consider like Novara still.
Yeah,
and
I feel like Novara is still fine.
And then the last pick, if you want to put this... wait.
Okay, so it is a Edith. I mean, technically Edith's a marksman. Yeah, you're right. I did not see this coming. Just because I'm right doesn't mean it feels good to be right, you know?
Is this Terizla mid?
Oh, that could also be a thing.
Yeah,
that could also be a thing, yeah.
It has, well, it's a very rare occasion.
I've tested Warcry works on Terizla.
Oh, because of the second part of his...
So, second skill uses three damage skills, and all 3 damage skills trigger 1 stack of Warcry.
So we get Grok and CC.
This feels so previous patch, you know?
Except for the Terizla.
No, from Smart Maker.
Ah, yes.
Okay.
Oh, wow. So, yeah, so it's a straight up Terizla mid, right? Like, there's no way it's an Edith. Hold on. Yeah, okay.
Okay. It's like,
got me scared for a while.
What's happening here?
Yeah, so Terizla mid. Yeah, that's the thing about having an Atan, because you compensate for the magic damage, right? Opens up physical mid laners. Not that there's much of them.
No, there is not a lot of physical mid laners, let me tell you that. But I don't know. We gotta see, because Natana has been nerfed, right? And has been nerfed every single aspect of his kit when it comes to the damage. So we do have to see whether this new Natan still skills well enough to carry the entire team come 3 items, or maybe they figured out that the Natan damage is fine, you just need more protection. That's why they opted for a Terizla mid. This is definitely an interesting draft coming in from Rebellion Esports, and a more traditional draft from Smart Omega.
Now, I was thinking that we might get something just out of pocket, but I suppose in this case, Rebellion Esports is the one that, you know, wants to experiment slightly more. We just see, though, game 1 coming in onto the screen. I see Joam picking up some magic resist items at level 1, so both marksmen, in fact, going for defensive items.
Yeah, I do feel between both, it should be on Rebellion if they want to be a little bit more aggressive. Right now, I'm very interested to see whether there are changes in terms of the emblem setup, because for now, it looks like no one is using Warcry and no one is using the Temporal Rain. So, looks pretty standard coming in from both teams.
Yeah, at least emblem-wise, there is nothing out of the ordinary.
Yep, nope, everything's still the same.
Just basic stuff. Though I do agree, I feel like if you are Rebellion, you are the one looking to snowball, since you do have Roger Natan, which can be quite hard to deal with.
I'm really looking at the tempo for Rebellion Esports here, whether they want it to be a little bit faster, whether they want it to be a little bit slower, because with the Natan, generally you want to go a little bit slower, you want him to get his Holy Crystal first, but the fact that you do have a Roger on your side and you have multiple ways to initiate a fight from the Minotaur as well as the Terizla, do you want to speed things up? Like, do you want to wait for the turtle or do you want to gank before the turtle?
I suppose Rebellion can consider fighting for turtle. Cars would be forced to flicker already. So Uki was camping there for the longest time. They are going to send backup though.
Oh.
Suelo and ODT, the 4 people of Rebellion on that top side, but no flicker means no engage.
Yeah, the thing is, I feel like Cars is not able to hit onward. That's why they can't initiate that well. Ukir pulls Suelo in, but looks like no intent of violence just yet.
Not just yet, they're waiting for that level 4. And both the XP laners and the mid laners have hit that. I think Changnu is going to get his wild charge very soon. First turtle fight, not affected by the patch at this point, but it's going to be Changnu flicker wild charge. The penalty zone is just not going to be enough. Suelo uses it a bit too late. Spear of Destruction is committed, but no follow-up. And Rebellion Esports, they're going to try to fight through this card with the Primal Wrath, dealing damage over the wall on Smart Omega. In fact, Rebellion looking to turn it around. Wukio gets the point on the TZ, but it will be Andoryu that gets the turtle.
I feel like as good as that looks for Rebellion Esports, still on Smart Omega, because trading 1-for-1, but Smart Omega having the total advantage is definitely a big thing. And then now, looking at Jom actually has a winning lane going up against D, where, again, this is to be expected. This is a Moskov going up against a Natan, where the Natan has multiple instances of damage having been nerfed, where compared to the Moskov, is mostly on the attack speed of the first skill, as well as the duration in terms of the cooldown for the second skill.
Yeah, and Joam, he went for the first item Corrosion Sight, didn't even bother to get boots. And the fact that he won that lane means that he can continue to snowball against D. Vincent going down to first blood, that one also stings for Rebellion.
Yeah, Vincent now is having a difficult time trying to get his purple buff, even though he eventually gets it, but we can definitely see the timing is a bit off.
Yeah, they want to at least keep D away. Joam taking majority of the platings already, so that's even more gold funneled into the Moskov.
Right now, it does seem like Smart Omega, they're just winning in terms of trades here, because all across the map, we see that Joam basically gets an advantage all by himself. Carlos is having a difficult time going up against Ryota as well. So this seems to be, before that Ukiri gets caught, that he's going to flicker out of trouble.
Yeah, very, very quick response. I believe Vincent wasn't in range for the Lycan Pound, so very unlucky for Rebellion. Another ultimate for Suelo, not resulting in anything, with the turtle coming up in 20 seconds. It seems like Rebellion Esports, they're putting a lot more attention onto Vincent.
I mean, it does make sense, but I don't know. So far, Vincent, I kind of feel like he wants his first item first before he goes crazy into the fights. So this might be more of a scaling kind of Roger. Not sure what his first item is going to be, the War Axe.
Yeah, it is. So, I mean, the extra spell vamp, I suppose. I mean, he's already good with the old War Axe. Rebellion deciding to posture around the turtle a bit, the Grok wall to block them off. Vincent will show up, but he is level behind Andoryu. In fact, the whole team of Rebellion Esports is around this area.
For now, we see that Kars as well as Suelo is in the mid, but 3 members of Omega is there as well. Goes on to Andoryu.
And the try, Vincent gets the turtle, then around 4 stars already. Joel finally joins the fight as Kars uses the Primal Wrath. Suelo in the midst of things. What a flicker wild shot for Changnu. Instantly just bulldozes through the ranks of Rebellion Esports. And that is what Smart Omega needs to find a couple of kills. They lose Changnu, but they find 2 in return.
I mean, like, Jom gets a kill off of that, so I think, like, that's big, but same can be said by D. Hold on, Suelo.
Still one more, and this one goes over to Andoryu. That's kill number 3 for Smart Omega.
Right now, Smart Omega, they have the better tempo here, especially because they have a form of high ground with the Faramis compared to Rebellion Esports in terms of how their damage is spread. There's a lot of physical damage here, and in terms of how the heroes work in Mobile Legends is that their magic resist is much lower, so magic damage is a lot when it comes to the early stages of the game. So having not a lot of magic damage here for Rebellion Esports is really slowing them down a bit.
Yeah, especially when you are just fully relying on the Natan. At least Rebellion will try to get something done on the bottom side. Andoryu, he's quickly arriving, and Entropy is ran out, so D needs to quickly retreat. Oddity to keep him safe. Then No Fear knocks Andoryu out. Rebellion able to escort the Natan to safety.
Yep, very good escape there, and just a little bit more auto attack damage. Honestly, if they just clear the wave, they can probably get that turret, but Ryota is making sure that all the wave is going to get cleared, so even if he rotates away, there's no way for Rebellion Esports to get this. Unless the Minotaur tanks it a bit and give it the Natan free hit, but it looks like they're not going for that.
Yeah, but Minotaur did go for the Flash of the Oasis despite the changes to that item in this patch. Okay, Joam, he's about to hit his Holy Trinity. Wow, on his way there. 800 go ahead of D at this point of time with the 3rd turtle coming up.
this is not good for D because we have to put into perspective that the items for Natan is much more expensive.
Compared to the Holy Trinity, Suelo blocked off. Might have to use the Flicker to get to safety. He's still holding on to it, taunted, and now Flicker's out of the Praiser's Wrath, but that is enough for Smart Omega to turn to the Turtle.
I just look at the goal lane, and it looks like both marksmen almost took each other out, but it seems that Jome is able to heal up a little bit more. Turtle fight right now is definitely looking more towards Smart Omega.
Yeah, no Flicker onto Suelo. Smart Omega, they decide to go for the turn, and instantly Minoan Fury only connecting onto Ryota. They follow it up with the penalty zone, but he has Vengeance though. He's just going to eat up everything alongside the Nether Realm to protect the ranks of Smart Omega. Rebellion Esports just does not have damage to tear through the layers of protection. Ukyo Flickers pull Suelo back, 3 kills for Smart Omega.
Right now, it does seem like Rebellion Esports, they took a chance with their draft. Having a fighter in the mid, it looks like it's not working out for them just yet. Especially because you don't have a snowball on this Roger. A Roger 8 minutes in, 0-3 and 0 is not a Roger that you're really comfortable with.
And I feel like this draft is just not, it does not have the tools to go through this multi-layer defense, right? Nether Realm, and then afterwards you have to deal with, you know, being taunted and all of that.
Honestly, the initiation from Chakno is amazing as well.
Yeah.
Like, I believe that Chakno's initiation is one of the big reasons why Rebellion Esports haven't been winning the team fights.
I think this is definitely a double-edged sword. You need at least the Roger or Natan to get ahead, but both of them are having a rough time. Not much towards the Natan, but Vincent is just not having a game at all.
Yeah, looking at the difference in gold here, it looks like Jome has a 1,000 gold advantage over D. Jome has 2 levels advantage over D as well. And Jome already has his Trinity items. And D, unfortunately, is, I believe, at least 2,000 gold more to complete his Holy Crystal. So it's going to take quite a while for Rebellion Esports to get online.
Might even consider just going for the Blood Wing, but I agree. I think you need Holy Crystal because their team just does not have damage. Jome takes out the bottom tier 2. Smart Omega sieging with the Lord in the mid side. This could turn really bad, so better than that. The high ground defense isn't really the best either.
Right now, the Lord is marching in. We have to remember the Lord has 30% extra max HP, and so far, he does look much more tanky.
And Chago really pushed all the way back. Again, Entropy used as the Nether Realm very early on. Taken now. Ukyo will fall, but all the easy goes down to Jome once more. Then we're going to flicker to safety. So high ground defense successful.
Yeah, Jome was being a little bit too aggressive there. It looks like he was not punished. Rebellion Esports does show that if they want to defend their base, they kind of have to throw bodies in front because they don't have a mage to clear things up. Where we do have to remember that the Natan can clear the lanes very, very fast, but other than the Natan, it's not going to be a good time for Rebellion Esports to actually kill the minions.
Karj is blocked off, isolated from his team, had to flicker also. Smart Omega at this point of time, they are just dancing in front of Rebellion's base. And thank goodness for D. So committing to the Holy Crystal at this point. He's going to get it in probably after another minion wave. So Smart Omega, they finally choose to reset.
Rebellion Esports, they have tools to initiate a fight. They have an Edith, they have a Terizla as well as a Minotaur. So it's only a matter of time. But the thing is, you have to be able to catch at least 3 members of Smart Omega for it to really work out. Now the thing is, looking at Vincent as well as D, the best case scenario that I can think of is D trying to lower the HP of Smart Omega by a lot and then let Vincent clean up.
Yeah. It's either that or if you can blow through the Nether Realm fast, then that is a good way to mitigate the impact of Smart Omega. But Suelo had to turn with the penalty zone. Just as a means of buy time. Actually, the Minotaur heal almost got him out, but he still went down, so no Terizla for the next half a minute.
Yeah, I kind of feel like Rebellion, they got to really look at this game and perhaps change their strategy for the upcoming match, because having a fighter in the mid sounds good, but I don't know, in terms of execution, it seems very difficult to do. But D has, before that China engages.
Straight up, just a wild charge to end it all. That's going to all the TZ down, followed by Cars. Smart Omega finding 2 extra kills. Suelo will be back. Assume he has the penalty zone, but it has to be between him, D, and Vincent. I don't think they have the damage to defend the space. Smart Omega straight for the crystal under 12 minutes. It's game 1 for them.
Smart Omega using a draft that they know how to pilot wins them game number 1. Rebellion Esports having a high risk